Hello everyone, Dave here back with another video. Today we're watching something pretty fun. So a lot of you guys know that I'm obviously a huge anime fan. That's a big part of the channel, but I'm also a big football fan. Go Bills, by the way. And recently, actually yesterday, the Los Angeles Chargers released their schedule for the upcoming 2022 NFL season, but they released it as like an anime opening. So they, basically took their schedule and put a bunch of anime references in there and everything. So as a big anime fan and football fan, I thought it would be fun to watch it and talk about it and see if we could pick out the references. A couple slight caveats. I don't have the editing capability to do picture in picture. I'm working on getting myself some software. It's just been, I haven't been able to do it. So unfortunately, I can't react to it live with you guys. So I apologize for that. I know that might make for a more interesting video, but I'm going to try to make this fun. Basically, we'll watch it through. I'll show little clips and screenshots and talk about the references or the stuff that they're parroting. Also, I haven't seen every single anime, so if there's something that I miss or get incorrect, that's why. I'm not a genius. Also, for the longest time, I would skip intros like a heathen. So if there's an intro on here that I totally should get and I just completely miss it, that also could be why. But yeah, let's just jump into it, have some fun. This is a really well animated video and has a lot of good stuff in it. I've watched it through once already and we're going to watch it again and get to it. So let's get started. So the very first thing is right away their intro is very Demon Slayer esque. I mean, with the the circle and the the coloring on the edge of the circle. I like how they incorporated their logo in there, the bolt. That's just a really good touch and a really good way to kick it off, I think. Here they've got the four their division teams. For those who don't know, each NFL team is separated into a conference, and then their conference is separated into divisions with four other teams. And in your division, you have to play your division's teams twice a season. So each game is very important. I don't know specifically what anime this part is portraying, but you've got the Broncos, the Raiders, of course, the Chargers, and the Chiefs. They're all part of the AFC West. So they're all vying for that Super Bowl spot because, they all need to play each other, and it makes their games against each other more intense. We've got the Raiders. Week 1, they're playing the Raiders, which is a great start to their season. The Raiders and the Chargers are two very, very solid teams, made a lot of really solid trades and moves and signings in the offseason. So they're two teams that could really kind of do a lot of damage this year. And I think giving the Raiders the one-piece treatment is super genius, because the Raiders have that kind of piratey look to them, and giving them the skull and crossbones, like the straw hats, I think is just super perfect. Week 3, they've got the Jags. I'm assuming, and they've got the little Union Jack flag in the back, so I wonder if this is one of the London games. I actually don't know off the top of my head, so I'll have to double check. But every year the NFL likes to play at least 2 games in London, and normally they send bad teams. They usually always send the Jaguars, but at least the Chargers are a good team, so they're sending them, which will be fun. But this, and I'm more focused on the anime aspect, this is, I would assume, Beastars. It's got that similar kind of art style. Whoever did the art for this did a great job, because not only did they pack a lot of references in here, but they also were able to really, what's the word I'm looking for? They were able to tap into the art and make everything kind of look how it would. They were able to copy the art. Well, not copy, but you know what I'm saying. So jumping ahead to week 6, another Monday night game. They're playing the Broncos. This is obviously reminiscent of Food Wars with the the headband. Russell Wilson is it's his first season with the Broncos. Let Russ cook. I think that'll be a good matchup. But yeah, I don't know a lot about Food Wars. Honestly, I tried it and I really don't like it. I couldn't get into it, but it's definitely a nice little reference that they've got in the video here. Week 8 might make a few people annoyed because they're obviously doing Avatar. Not a lot of people consider Avatar to be an anime. I do, just for the sense that it's easy. Sorry, I just fucking spit there. I'm just so excited. I'm just losing all my fluids. That came out wrong. But yeah, I don't know if Avatar is considered an anime. I would, just because it's easy to explain to people who are like, oh yeah, that show, that cartoon, and it's like, it looks a little different than other cartoons. And it's like, oh yeah, it's an anime, it's different. Like, for me, it's just easy to explain that, but like, for the anime purist, they might be like, hold on, Chargers, that's not what that is. So this might be my favorite so far. Week 9, Chargers at the Falcons. So first off, the bird, I think, is Pokemon. I could be wrong. It looks very Pokemon-esque to me. But I love the little dig at the Falcons here because it runs into a Waffle House. Waffle House are very big down south. But also 28% off 3 waffles or more. That's obviously a reference to 28-3. For those who aren't football fans, the Falcons were in the Super Bowl against the Patriots. First off, fuck the Patriots. Hate the Patriots. But they were winning at halftime 28-3, and then they just blew it, and they lost. And it's regarded as like one of the biggest Super Bowl comebacks in history, and I think it might have been the first Super Bowl to go to overtime. I don't remember. I try to block that out of my memory because I really hate the Patriots, and I hated how not only the Falcons blew it, but then they blew it in such spectacular fashion. But it's such a fun little dig at the Falcons, and also it's just funny. So next, week 10, Sunday night, Chargers at the 49ers. This is pretty Naruto. I mean, it's 100% Naruto. They've got like the Susanoo thing going on here. You got what appears to be, I think, the Bosa brothers, because they're on. Okay, so Joey Bosa, I believe, is on the Niners, and Nick Bosa is on the Chargers. That could be flipped. I always get them mixed up, but they've got both of them wearing, Naruto style headbands, and they're doing the Susanoos on bears, which I don't know why they chose bears, because the Chargers, like, based off of horses, and then the Niners are based actually off of the 49ers of the California Gold Rush. So that it probably would be weird to just have a guy. Just imagine you're like in Naruto. It's like, oh, my Susanoo is like a giant samurai warrior, like the nine-tailed fox. And then it's like, oh yeah, mine is just a dude. And then it's just a dude. He's like, hey, what's up? Here to fight, dude. Here to do some anime ninja stuff. I don't know, but this is really cool. I like all the details so far. We're only on week 10, and whoever did this, again, hats off to them. They obviously knew a lot about anime and a lot of the little nuances and details. So this has been great so far, but let's keep going. So skipping ahead to week 15. Now, like I mentioned before, a lot of your division games you play twice, so they kind of did the same thing. Like they had another Raiders game and they used One Piece again. So I don't need to bore you guys with the details, but week 15, Chargers versus Titans. They got Attack on Titan, which makes sense because they're the Titans. Attack on Titan, you get it. It's fun. They've got Derrick Henry, who is like the king of that team. Literally, King Henry is his nickname. Him peeking over the wall. Bolt up, tighten up. That was, bolt up is the Chargers, like motto or like thing. And then AJ was here is really funny because this is like a double reference because one AJ Brown, right? Yeah, I'm bad with names, but he left the Titans and is now on the Eagles, so he was here. But also because it's reminiscent of Kilroy was here. It was an old, I think, World War II. It was a drawing that had like this guy with a big nose, and he would like hold his hands over a wall. If I remember, I'll show like a screenshot or something right now. But yeah, that's what it looked like, and soldiers would write that on like jeeps or tanks or whatever to let the enemy know that hey, we're here, we were here, we're around. So it's a pretty cool like double reference or triple reference because also Attack on Titan. And then they ended off with Justin Herbert, you know, getting the ball, throwing it, but it's very reminiscent of One Punch Man with that final like yeah punch. So very cool. Again, I skipped around. Well, I didn't skip around, but I skipped some that I either didn't get or were repeats or just were not really worth talking about. But this whole thing is super smart. I think anime is probably more popular than it's ever been, at least here in the West. It's really awesome to see brands kind of engage with that because a lot of people love anime. And I think it opens up to, like, I see comments on here that's like, oh, not even a Chargers fan, but this is awesome. Like, people like that. And I never disliked the Chargers, but now I'm like, oh man, I might have to root for the Chargers a little bit because they like get me, man. they like get what we're about here. So yeah, so really fun. Great video. I'll leave it down below. A lot of really other kind of nuanced references for both football and anime fans that I didn't even touch on. So if you're interested, I'll leave that down below. I hope this video was at least a little enjoyable. I'm very excited for the NFL season. And of course, anime is my thing. So if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know. And I will catch you in the next one. Thank you all. See ya.